Good afternoon. It is Friday, November 7th, 2025. When you look at the future, how do you know what to expect? There are a lot of people who have very optimistic views about the future. They're expecting great things to happen and things to improve. Others only have fear and dread when they think about the future. The New Testament speaks of the return of Christ as a significant, world-shattering event, and there has always been much speculation about when it will come. Little cautionary word though, just before you get too excited about planning the timing of the second coming, think a little bit about the first coming. Remember, only Simeon and Anna, two elderly people who hung around the temple all the time, are the only ones that recognize Jesus as an infant. The second coming's not going to be announced on the internet or with book sales or by celebrity endorsements, but with the voice of the archangel and the sound of the trumpet. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 to 4, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, the Apostle Paul reminds us about a very anti-Christian figure who's going to come into prominence before Jesus comes back. He says, "Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there's a great rebellion against God, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. He will exalt himself and defy everything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of God, claiming that he himself is God." Paul starts out this sentence by saying, don't be fooled. In other words, there are people out to hoodwink you, and you need to be careful and not be fooled. Sometimes the folks that are most sure of themselves are the most surely wrong. Always recognize the possibility, I might be mistaken. And he talks about before that day, that special day, when Jesus returns and time changes, before that day, there'll be a great rebellion against God. A lot of people turning against God and being upset with God. Do we see signs like that now? We certainly do. Is it the one that's referred to? Not entirely sure. I'm going to leave that up to God. But he says there's one that's referred to in some places as the Antichrist. Here it calls him the man of lawlessness. He'll exalt himself, he'll claim to be God, he'll sit on the throne in the temple and claim to be God. He'll defile everything that other people hold sacred. And that claim to be God will be a false claim. But it also says he'll be revealed. In other words, everybody will finally see him for who he is. But he's so proud of himself and so certain of himself that he will claim that he is God. Arrogant pride is one of the key characteristics of the one who opposes Jesus. Arrogance and pride are characteristics of those who don't think they need to rely upon God for their lives. Don't be arrogant. Don't be proud. Don't be fooled. But trust Jesus and believe that he is coming back, that his promise of a return is certain and sure. And trust God that the timing will be perfect. In God's own precious sweet time, God will bring these events to pass. And we can relax and trust him that he knows what he's doing. And he challenges us to be ready for him to call us home. What a precious, precious way of looking to the future. The future's when Jesus calls me home to live with him forever. May you and I be blessed by our view of the future. God bless you.